guys, on this episode of Jacqueline's Journey, we're going to talk about attendant care and how it impacts your life as a person with a disability. And two things you need to be aware of. Remember, if you like this video, hit like below and subscribe to see our future videos. Hi everybody, so it's Christmas Eve and I just thought I would talk to you a little bit about attendant care and how that plays a part in our lives. Yes, you guessed it, I'm in the car on my way to church for Christmas Eve service, but I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you all about how attendant care plays a part in my life, give you a little update, and give you some tips that you can share if you need to use people to help take care of you. Hi guys, first of all, let me apologize to you. I'm sorry if it looks like I'm making weird faces during taping. I tape in little video clips that my grateful editor puts up on YouTube. So sometimes my facial expressions look weird, and I'm sorry about that. Tim would actually say that I'm weird anyway, but you know. So, it is Christmas Eve and we are on our way to church, but I just wanted to talk to everybody about attendant care. For those of you who don't know, if you have a physical disability and you require assistance with your activities of daily living, you can sign up for your state's programs to have assistance to come into the home or into your workplace to assist you with those activities of daily living. For me, I'm a wheelchair user, so I need help with transfers, going from one place to another, going to the bathroom, basically doing all of my activities of daily living. But I'm able to self-direct, and that is important because it is up to me to hire my attendants. People can hire them through an agency, but I'm going to tell you why I don't. A lot of people have noticed that I've posted on Facebook issues that I've had with my personal care attendants. And they've said, why don't you go agency? You gotta go agency. They're responsible to the agency. Well, I do receive agency care for the hours that I'm at work, and I'm solely at my office. And I have a set routine at my office. Unless I have a meeting, and that comes naturally, and we know that. We know how to plan for that. So I do have agency for some of the hours. Now, I have to have somebody get me up and get me ready for work in the morning, and I need somebody in the evenings after work to do light housekeeping, to do laundry, to take care of me, give me a bath, change me, get me ready for bed, put me into bed, change my bed sheets because sometimes I'm incontinent and I need those changed frequently. For those times that are after the normal business hours, I can't hire agency because agency wants a set number of hours at a certain amount of time, like say 5 to 7, 5 to 10. It has to be consistent. My life isn't anything but consistent. My days can change and vary. So those typical after hours work isn't possible to hire an agency. Now I know people have been saying hire agency, hire agency, hire agency. You won't have problems. Yes, I will if the agency won't be flexible and give me what I need anyway. So that's the difference. When you're self-directed, you can direct what hours within the guidelines of your waiver and what hours and who you want to fill those hours. When you're agency and you choose an agency, you can make choices as to what agency you want to use, but most agencies require a set schedule, and that's just not possible in my world. For those of you who don't know, I do work full-time. We have a business that has a lot of components. There's meetings, there's conference calls, there's get-togethers, there's some social things that Tim and I need to do, and it is nothing consistent at all. Nothing. And yes, I've had some issues lately because people refuse to fulfill my service plan and tell me that, I'm treating them badly or I'm not giving them the hours, and they refuse to do what I ask them to do. So, I'm not going to put those individuals on blast. I'm really not. But I thought it was really good. I'm sorry about the bad lighting, guys. I thought it was a really good idea to give you my top 5 tips for when you're being self-directed and you have a busy schedule like I do. Or even if you don't, even if it's pretty routine, these are 5 tips that I can offer when you're hiring an attendant. Tip number 1 for attendant care. Make sure you show them your service plan. That's a plan that you and your service coordinator come up with detailing what tasks they're supposed to do during the entire workflow of your week. It has a number of hours of time that you're entitled to per week, but it doesn't specifically say, okay, on Monday I'm going to wash my hair. No, it says, I get so many allotted minutes to wash my hair, I have so many allotted minutes to get dressed, so many allotted minutes to do this or do that. But, now Tim's going to try to turn on the heater when he knows I'm videoing, and it's not a good idea. In any case, sorry about that. When you show them your service plan, I'm not suggesting that you give them the minute breakdown, but what I do, and this is my fault because I haven't been using it lately and I'm going to go back to it, but what I do is I list everything that I need done in the morning, everything I need done while I'm at work, everything I need done on the weekends, anything that could happen. If this happens, then do this. And I also make sure that I put other things in there, like it has to be flexible. Tip number 2 for your attendant care. Make sure that you list all of the things that you want them to be aware of. For instance, not only are they responsible for providing services, I would list if you have pets in the house. If you're married, I would list your name and address and phone number and all your contact information so that if they need to get a hold of you other than work hours, they know how to do that. Remember, this is for self-directed, not agency. I know a lot of agencies have rules about sharing your contact information, so this is for self-directed. Make sure they know if you have pets and what your expectations are when it comes to pets. If you have family members, if you have a husband, like I do over there, see him driving, make sure they know that they're responsible to do meal prep if you want them to do meal prep, not your spouse. Just because that person is there does not negate their responsibilities to do things. Let me stress that. I have an attendant who refuses to do things because I have a husband in the house. No, be very clear of your expectations. Tip number 3, make sure that they know what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do in your home. For instance, I don't like when people move things without my permission or without Tim's permission, because we have things at certain places for certain reasons. I mean, it's okay if you want to move it to clean. Right now, we're getting issues with people cleaning. But hey, high hopes if they would clean and do their job. If they move it to clean, that's fine. But when I talk about moving, it's like moving things that you, A, can't find them, or B, they've become not accessible to you. Both Tim and I have disabilities, and we have certain things at certain places for reasons. and it may not be clear to those individuals, but you need to make it clear to them that I don't care what they think or where they think something should be. It should be where you direct them to put it. Tip number 4 kind of goes with number 3. Make sure that they know that they can, what they're allowed to do while they're at your home. I allow people on their cell phones. However, that's also caused a problem for me, and moving forward, I may limit that. So if you have a cell phone policy, let them know that. After all, they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be working during those hours, and a lot of places have cell phone policies, so why should you be any different? I allow them to go into my refrigerator and get things to drink, and I will even buy them things to drink. But also let them know that there may be something special in your refrigerator. God forbid they open your favorite bottle of wine, or that you're saving a certain meal, which has happened to me. We saved a meal just recently, and I went to go eat it, and it was gone. Neither Tim and I ate it, and there was nobody in our house but an attendant. So make sure they know what they can and cannot eat. As well, make sure that they know what they can and cannot do when it comes to feeding your animals, putting your animals in and out. If you want them to assist you, I don't know what's happening here. I'm sorry about the sound, you guys. Just make sure that they know what they're allowed to do in your home. Hey guys, in Jacqueline's Journey, you get real life. So you do get me in this dark, faded out, no light thing with a lot of sound, because even though Tim knows I'm taping or recording, sorry, taping is an old word, he insists on going over the rumble strips in the middle of the street. Anyway, I'm not going to speak for his competence sometimes, but I'm just kidding. This is real life. I'm sorry it's really dark. I'm not meaning for it to be dark. We do have lights on in the car. I have to get a better camera. But anyway, tip number 5. It goes back to expectations too. Let them know up front if they do not work, they do not get paid. I had an understanding, or so I thought, with individuals, that if I said that I didn't need you for one evening, I would pay you, but then you would make up those hours for when I needed you. I got taken advantage of. You don't want to be taken advantage of. So therefore, make those expectations clear. What happens if I get sick and I go into the hospital? Obviously, in the state of Pennsylvania, if you're in the hospital, the attendant doesn't get paid. However, make it clear that they're not going to get the hours if they don't get paid. That's not appropriate. When I say that I would pay them for those hours later, it would be when they provided that service. Not just because I canceled that I need to pay them. That is ridiculous. That is immature. But make sure that you let them know up front your policy on that, and the state's policy as well. Okay guys, I'm done venting. Sorry, it kind of just irritates me. And kind of a bonus point for you, just don't let them talk you into things or take advantage of you. It's okay to be nice. It's okay to be an accommodating boss, but when they start asking for things that just don't feel right in your gut, don't take it from me. I learned from my mistakes. Don't fall for it. So those are my tips, guys. I'm again sorry it's really dark and noisy, but I wanted to get this out to you before Christmas. If you're seeing this after Christmas, we hope you had a good one. Remember that Jacqueline's Journey is real, so it's not going to be all neat and tidy in a bow. I just want to give you some tips you can use. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, remember, if you can believe, you can achieve.